I've done this before. I've crossed so many mountains. I've conquered some of the hardest peaks and lowest valleys. I've hiked 2,194.3 miles in just over 6 months. There was nothing I hadn't done before, so I thought.
Woohoo!
In my past on the Appalachian Trail, was I ever really alone? I've hiked alone, but I was never really alone. That was about to change. I was excited to get the journey started. My heart had been aching for the trail, the woods. I couldn't wait. But it wasn't going to be easy to get there. So security took my food, like two things of my food. Not my 10 steaks, not my 10 poles, but food. So the flight has been delayed and people are going crazy. We're gonna board anytime now. The airplane is there and just waiting to be able to board. Flight is about 2.5 hours delayed, which means that I have about half an hour to get from one plane to another plane. So update. Made it to Las Vegas. Missed my flight though, because I was literally on the other end of the airport. I ran through the entire airport, and I'm not exaggerating, the whole thing, and ran, and I think I missed the airplane by about 10 minutes probably, not too bad. So if the other airplane had landed when the pilot wanted to land, might have been able to catch it, but the first flight was pretty okay up until we started landing, and because I guess of some wind gusts, the airplane was super wobbly and a lot of people started getting sick. Some people were throwing up, and the airplane had to do, I don't know if it's called a touch and go, but he almost touched the ground with the wheels but then had to go and pull back up, and it felt like that was going to happen based off of how crazy he couldn't level the airplane, so he had to get back up there. I was able to get a connecting flight about another 3 hours later and eventually made it to the Reno, Nevada airport, where my amazing trail angel Derek picked me up. Well, I finally made it.
To Reno!
To Reno. This here is Derek, my trail angel. To the joint. I decided to take a day to get used to the elevation difference from Florida to California. So the next day, Derek and I took a scenic tour around Lake Tahoe.
Look just at what God made.
And so it arrived, the start of my next through hike.
New shoes goofing.
The excitement was unreal. This seemed where I belonged. I felt at home. I was prepared. But there were some things I wasn't prepared for.
Howdy.
So this trail is different, as you can see. This trail has a lot of trail runners, which actually is not that bad, but a lot of mountain bikers, and they just, I mean, I get it because they're going downhill, but they don't really care about the hikers.
I was also not prepared for the scarcity of the water sources.
I'm a little concerned about water source. I'm out of water here. I do have that 1 liter. I'm drinking more water than I normally do. That must be the elevation.
My first day included a 13-mile water carry for which I did not plan appropriately and quickly ran low on water.
I am so thirsty.
I did eventually find a water source at the end of the day and was able to camel up to be able to have enough for the evening. After about 16.1 miles, I finally found my camp.
I guess this is it.
And so I spent my first night all alone. Well, not quite.
Good morning. It's around 7 p.m. I'm off on my hike. I didn't plan to start this early, but boy, do I have to tell you. Apparently there's going a 200-mile foot race right now. So last night I settled in my tent at around 8:30, sun went down. I think I fell asleep, but at 10:30 I woke up with a person walking by my tent, speaking very loudly. I'm like, okay, whatever, night hiker. Well, this didn't stop, and it hasn't stopped until this morning. And that's because, you know, people are hiking through the night to do their 200 miles. And so I couldn't really fall asleep because their headlamps were shining into my tent, and also a lot of them talked with each other because, you know, it's at nighttime, it's probably boring, or I don't know. But I put some earplugs in, I slept a little bit, but it wasn't really a great sleep, you know, obviously. I think I'm gonna make myself some milk tea. Didn't see a sign, but I guess I'm in Nevada now. Well, there it is. That's nice.
After having left the area with all the trail runners, I spent the day alone, and it started to affect me more.
So that's it for the day. I believe it's around 6:30ish. The sun is going down at 8:30. I am off the trail, so I won't hear any trail runners. It's far enough where it wouldn't really affect me if there was any trail running. I'm excited to have some nice sleep. I hope I'll have good sleep. This is, you know, always weird by yourself, but I can do it. I do need to say that this is a different experience not having anybody with you in general. It's a lot nicer to be able to share your experience with other people. It is so nice to have somebody with you. That's why I really enjoy hiking with other people. I have seen 0 through hikers. 0. Like, I've seen 5 million trail runners and about 1 million, you know, mountain bikes, but I've seen zero hikers. Well, good morning everybody. I'm sitting here at 9,200 feet elevation.
As I was hiking up Relay Peak, I was overcome by unexpected emotion.
I don't know why I'm filming this because I all of a sudden started crying, but that's not out of sadness because of happiness. It's so weird. I don't know why I'm crying. I guess I'm just really happy to be here. I know, I'm sorry, this is such an ugly cry. But it's so wonderful. I'm just happy. I know it doesn't look like it, but I'm really happy.
And so I reached the highest peak of the Tahoe Rim Trail, 10,295 feet. I decided to go into town to recharge some of my electronic devices and get a good warm meal. I charged my electronics, had a tasty burger, resupplied some groceries, and then headed back to trail.
Road crossing.
I have my tent set up. I'm behind a bunch of rocks. The trail is behind that. I just didn't want people to be seeing me right from the trail. That's one thing about this trail. It's very well traveled by day hikers. But again, zero clockwise hikers. But that's okay. This trail is not remote, but it still gives you the solitude if you seek it. And I'm off. What a beautiful day. It's a crisp morning. When you're out here and you don't want to be in your head all the time, there's other things that you can do.
Cone golf. Boom. Cone soccer.
And of course, cone vault.
I took a side trail to the Diamond Peak ski lift and decided to take a break.
The serenity of logging. Logging, not vlogging. I can hear the chainsaws.
After my break, I got back on trail and was looking forward to staying at a campground and hopefully meet some people that evening.
I'm so happy I'm gonna be at a campground today. Very cool. There are definitely hikers coming in. I think they're all counterclockwise though. I I didn't know before I decided to hike clockwise that the anti-social way is to hike clockwise. Good morning! Last night was great because I was in a campground and I got to meet another clockwise hiker, which was so cool. So that's exciting.
It was a beautiful day, but once again I was faced with the lack of water sources.
So here's the deal. The next reliable water source from here is 17 miles. Haven't found any water so far, and I'm kind of past the point where they were saying that there would be water. Scary. Okay, I found the trickling water source. Guess it's time for scoop-de-doop-de. Tent all set up, and then let's have a look at this bench.
That night I dealt with excessive wind and a head cold.
Good morning. Well, as you can see, it's windy here, right there. And it's been like this all night long. I did get to sleep though, even though sometimes it felt like my tent was going to fly away. But my tent did well, it didn't fly anywhere. So I'm contemplating packing up and maybe having like breakfast somewhere not so windy, or just doing it right here. I don't know. I don't know what to do. And I, was feeling pretty sick last night. Feeling pretty sick this morning. I don't know if it's just elevation that's making me stuffy, if it's allergies, or if I'm actually having like a cold. I think I have a cold, but you never know. I don't know how elevation works. This is all I have for the next 10 miles. One more look. Boy, am I happy to be back in the woods.
I took a side trail to a grill for a tasty pizza where another hiker met up with me.
Okie dokie, just ate some delicious food. And now, guess what? I made a decision to go into town early. I am with another hiker. Say hi to Shayla.
Hello!
And she's gonna move on further today, which is sad, but that's how that works on the TRT. You pretty much don't meet anybody. Just saying.
Bye! Oh, see you never! Maybe someday. Bye!
And just like that, I was all alone again.
Okay, I'm here on the Econolodge / Fairbridge Inn. I'm just happy I'm gonna have a shower. Good morning. Today is my 0 day. So today's agenda is laundry, getting a few things at a grocery store, which is about 1.5 miles away. That direction though. But now I'm gonna go to Starbucks, just treating myself. Right, got everything I needed at a real grocery store. Surprise. So I got my laundry, but I left my stuff sack on top of the laundry and somebody stole my stuff sack.
The next day I was excited to get back onto trail.
And the steep begins. All right, back in California. That was fun. Half day check-in. I've felt a little bit blue this morning. That's why I haven't really said much. And I feel blue because I'm so happy. It's such a contra feeling in a way, like kind of bipolar in a way. No, it's like this is the place where I feel the happiest. And I'm already halfway done. And I don't want this to ever end. So that's why this morning I felt a little bit blue in my heart. Sad. I would want to hike all the time, but it's not really financially frugal for me at this point.
My trail depression was slowly quenched by the beauty of what the trail had to offer.
Okie dokie. Set up at my spot. My tent is right here. I'm sitting on my bear canister. That's one benefit. Being able to sit on it. And I think it's around 5:45. I still have about 3 hours before sundown. And I don't have a lot of internet connection or cell connection. So this should be kind of interesting. And the day begins. I did see some other hikers. I think they're clockwise hikers. I'm gonna see if I can catch up to them and at least say hi. All right, I met 2 through hikers, Sherry and Monica, but they're doing a near and zero tomorrow. Such is the life of the TRT. So lonely. It's okay.
And even though the trail continued to be lonely, I was able to celebrate some really great mile markers.
100 miles. I've reached officially 100 miles on the TRT. And of course there's no mile marker because everybody starts at a different spot because it is a loop. But for me, I have reached 100 miles on the TRT. Woo!
But there was one mile marker that I was looking forward to the entire trail, and today was going to be the day. There it was.
The Great Pacific Crest Trail. I reached it. I'm literally here in the jail of mosquitoes. Let me show you. They're everywhere. They want to bite me. And flies. And this thing, what is that? So because I am hiding from the mosquitoes and those weird fly-looking things, I'm just in my tent, doing everything. Normally I kind of do everything half-half, some outside, some inside. So, but this is fun, different. Good morning. I am hiding from the 5 million mosquitoes that are just ready to eat me. Everything packed up. I'm ready to get into the mosquito battle. Oh my gosh, these mosquitoes are everywhere, all over. They're not even going as I'm moving. They're just going on my shoulder, through my shirts, and they're just wanting to eat. That is insane.
Despite the incessant mosquitoes, I relished in the fact that I was hiking the Pacific Crest Trail.
Okay, that goes all downhill.
I think I'm gonna butt slide. Wow. Oh. That was fun.
That day I decided to go take a zero once again to be prepared for the upcoming Desolation wilderness.
But look what we saw.
What did we find?
What did we find?
A Tesla pulling up to a gas station.
Oh, Roadrunner!
After a refreshing zero, it was finally time to get back on trail.
Back on trail.
Back on trail.
I was looking forward to getting to the part everybody had been talking about. Desolation Wilderness.
All right. Woo. Yes.
As I was making my way to my designated campsite, I was feeling a little bit uneasy.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep going. It just doesn't feel right to stay here. I don't know. Like a weird feeling. It's beautiful, but I don't know, something. Okie dokie, I'm in my tent. So I just wanted to talk a little bit more about why I broke the law today. My mom always told me to trust my instinct and trust my gut, and when I got to that area, I didn't feel good about that area. So I decided not to camp there. There was another hiker that I met, and I talked to him a little bit, and he was a little bit weird. And I'm not saying anything, like it's just another hiker, but he was a little bit unusual. And I felt very strange around him as well. And he was going counterclockwise. So I don't know, you never know. Like sometimes your gut tells you, God tells you to keep moving on. And so I did. And I feel good about my decision, and I feel good where I am. I feel safe where I am. So let's hope I am actually safe. It is 8:19 a.m. and I am on my way to conquer Dick's Pass. Hey, I'm on top of Dick's Pass.
As I was hiking up Dick's Path, I came across two hikers I had met before.
I'm on Dick's Pass right here with Sherry and Monica. Hey! And we had a little bit of breakfast, which was so nice. And now we're going to go down this here wonderful mountain right there. All right, backsliding. Oh my God, it's going up my back! Leave that audio in. Hiking by myself again. I feel like I was a little bit intruding on the duo, so kind of moving on a little bit because I don't want to bother them. I have about 5.5 miles left to get out of Desolation Wilderness, and to be honest, I'm a little bit ready to get out of it. Yes, I'm out. I'm out of Desolation Wilderness. Woo!
That day I ended up hiking 21 miles because I wanted to get out of Desolation Wilderness, and there was something in particular I was really looking forward to at the end of the day.
I made it, and you might wonder, Julianne, why would you hike so much? Because it was the allure of the picnic table. Good morning. Today is my last day of hiking the TRT. There's the PCT sign, but I have to go straight. Wow, my journey's coming to an end already. This is day 14, 12 days of hiking, 2 zeros, all by myself, pretty much all by myself. So this was a different hike for me. I was pretty much alone every time I camped by myself. And that was new for me. I feel really great about that. I feel very accomplished about it. My confidence has increased dramatically. And the fact that I can camp by myself, that I am able, that I don't need anybody else to do that. It's pretty amazing.
And so I completed the last few miles of the beautiful Tahoe Rim Trail.
I connected my loop, and this is the end of this beautiful hike.